This story begins with a terrifying creature feared in old beliefs in parts of Kalimantan and Sumatra, known as the Kuyang, also called PALASIK. This was not an ordinary ghost. It was believed to come from a human who practiced dark magic to gain beauty, strength, and a longer life. Long ago, there was a woman who desperately wanted to remain young and beautiful forever. She was afraid of aging, afraid of wrinkles, and afraid of losing people's attention. Her fear grew so strong that she sought help from a shaman known for dangerous and forbidden knowledge. The shaman told her there was a way to stay young, but the requirement was horrifying. She would have to perform secret rituals at night and recite specific chants. Without thinking about the consequences, the woman agreed. Her desire for beauty was stronger than her fear. Every night, she performed the ritual quietly. At first, nothing seemed to happen, but after several nights, she began to feel intense heat in her body and strange discomfort. Slowly, unusual changes started happening to her. Then, on a quiet night under a full moon, something horrifying happened. Her head suddenly separated from her body, but she did not die. Her head was still alive. Her eyes could still see. Her mouth could still breathe. Even more horrifying, from her neck hung her internal organs, dripping with blood. Her head floated in the air. At that moment, she had transformed into a Kuyang. From that night onward, whenever night fell, her head would fly out of her house to search for victims. Her main targets were pregnant women and newborn babies. It was believed that the Kuyang would suck blood and life energy from pregnant mothers to maintain her beauty and strength. This is why, in the past, villagers took great care to protect pregnant women at night. They placed thorny plants, sharp tools, or spiky leaves around their homes because it was believed that the Kuyang feared sharp objects that could tear the organs hanging from her neck. Soon, the villagers began noticing strange events. Pregnant women suddenly fell sick for no reason. Some babies died mysteriously. Some mothers became extremely weak as if they had lost blood, even though there were no wounds on their bodies. Fear spread throughout the village. At night, some people heard strange sounds on their rooftops. Others saw a flying head passing between the trees. Some claimed they saw red, glowing eyes in the darkness. The villagers called the village shaman for help. After performing certain rituals, the shaman revealed that the cause of the terror was a woman in the village who had practiced forbidden magic and had become a Kuyang. The villagers began observing the women in the village carefully. They watched for anyone acting strangely, anyone who stayed awake at night, and anyone who looked unusually beautiful despite their age. Eventually, they found a suspicious woman. During the day, she looked normal, but her skin was very pale. She rarely left her house, and every morning there were dried blood stains around the collar of her clothes. The villagers made a plan. One night, they secretly watched her house. As expected, they saw a head with hanging organs float out through the window and fly toward the village. That was their chance. They rushed into her house and found her body lying there without a head. They waited for the head to return. When the head came back and tried to reattach to the body, the villagers immediately attacked. Some stabbed the body, some cut it, and others burned it so the head could never reconnect. The head screamed and flew around wildly, but it grew weaker because it could not return to its body. Eventually, the Kuyang died. From that day on, the villagers believed that anyone who became obsessed with beauty and used dark magic would suffer the same fate. The story of the Kuyang became a warning not to be greedy, not to go against nature, and not to use forbidden knowledge. However, the legend of the Kuyang never disappeared. Even today, some people claim to have seen the creature flying at night in remote areas. Some believe that this dark practice is still secretly performed by certain individuals, and that is why the story of the Kuyang continues to be passed down through generations as one of the most terrifying creatures in Nusantara folklore.